Hey, and welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Patreon members like you.
Thank you for being a Patreon member.
As a Patreon member, you get a video of the podcast that we put out twice a month.
Now, on with the show. No stack
Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, let's make sure that dang, Steve's on his point. He was waiting. He was at home like, hey man, you guys are late. I feel, what's up from Michigan? Okay, good. The aspect ratio is fixed.
What's up, Johnny?
Hey,
Mike. Hey, shout out to Mike Huffman. Thank you so much for this.
I'm D.
And I'm F.
And it's
DNF.
DNF Tool Drawer.
Yeah.
That's right. So, what's up, Dean and Fernando from Kentucky? Bismarck, happy Easter, buddy.
Man.
How's it going? Hello from Modesto.
Modesto.
Like the new shirts. Yes, well, we have
Mike.
Sorry.
Make this for us. He came from PA.
Yep, came from PA, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
He was down. He brought us the cool DNF Tool Drawer shirts.
That's pretty cool.
Can't resist. Gotta wear them. Thank you so much. It was great getting to know you, and hopefully you'll get that cool job that you want.
Oh yeah, man, definitely.
What's up from New Zealand? Hey, Dean. ACK Audio and DS18.
Want to say hi?
Want to say hi. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Elio Guzman, Illinois.
DS18. You had
DS18.
such a good time with that, right?
Oh yeah.
So we're at Indy, and Fernando.
What's up, Jason?
Fernando's like, hey guys, what size was that woofer?
23 inches.
Was it 23
23
inches?
or 24 inches, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys ever see that gigantic
So,
DS18 subwoofer. Like literally,
yeah,
it's a coffee table.
Too much. So I'm over there like I'm not with them. I'm over there like I don't remember who I was talking to, but I saw that, and you
were in
there.
the Kenwood.
Was I talking with Seth?
Yeah, you were talking with Seth in the Kenwood one.
Hey, Fernando comes over to me and he goes, "Dude, man, I'm trying to get them
that.
to send us one of those 23s so we can demo that." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Good luck, man."
That's what I want.
Hey,
man.
shoot for the moon.
There you go.
Yeah.
32.
Dude,
32 inches.
I walked over and I was like, Jesus, this thing real? Is there a coffee table? And the guy's like, yeah, it's real. And I was like, and Fernando's over there trying to get him to send us one. I was like, go for it, bro. Yeah, why not?
A lot of people are into like big subwoofers.
Oh, hey, trust me, I was all for it.
It's like, bring it on.
I have a hard time just getting people to like to send us stuff to test, and you're over there like doing that. I'm like, just bring it down just a little bit. Maybe go ask for
the little one,
the little thing.
Also, DS18 has like the cool
the tweeter mid-range.
The tweeted mid-range that you can take it out.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those were cool. But
yeah,
no,
I wanted 32 inch subwoofer, man.
And we're like, we'll send it back, but yeah. Okay, so who won the polarity tester? We did announce that last week. Give me 1 second. No one from the Facebook show.
Hey, Pedro from Portugal
won it last week because I don't know what happened to the Facebook show, but the Facebook show disappeared. So this week, one of you guys are getting it. You'll know, so if you're watching this as a rebroadcast on tomorrow, which is today, depending, we won't get into time shift, on YouTube, don't worry, we're going to pick one of you guys too, but one of you guys tonight is guaranteed to win it, so we're basically that means we're giving away 2 this week, because we didn't have that group of people to pick from, so no one got it for Facebook last week, and there again, the idea is that Facebook, YouTube, we're going to split between the 2, but because we totally lost it, one of you guys is going to win it tonight. So as long as you just chimed in and said hi, you're eligible. It's all cool there. But, I mean, who won it last week on YouTube?
What's that, Jason?
He's on point, too, because he sent me his information and everything. So his name was Scott. And he's already sent me his address, so his is going to be going out this week, along with whoever we pick that wins.
What's going on,
Wayne? It's totally random. Boring Life Vid went up this morning. So that was, they're up and went up today. So we didn't have a video for this morning because of Easter. and I promised Haley that we would get a Boring Life up. So there you go, dude.
Bobby,
let me tell you what, that Kiss
Hi,
concert was off the chain.
Yep.
What's up, Jen? How's it going? How you liking them shirts? Yeah, that was amazing. Like, I feel bad that I've not gone to other Kiss concerts in the past, or just concerts in general.
You miss out, man.
I'm ready for the Avengers. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, dude! It's like,
what's up, Bill?
Just get here, and as you know, so this is movie talk with Dean and Fernando, real quick. Oh, hey, Bill. Great. Anyways, so I was watching a review on Hellboy last night because I didn't go see Hellboy. I'm a big Hellboy fan.
Yeah.
As you know, I have a picture on the wall, and that I drew myself. And I was watching the review. It tanked. It tanked bad.
Yeah. Honestly, I watched the trailer and I'm like,
it takes
you
so,
know,
and
like,
I was like,
the long hair that he has now,
cool,
like
Jen.
that was like,
You know, and I've read the comics, and I love the other two Del Toro movies, and I was just like, oh. Hey, next time you talk to the Alpine rep, ask him if they plan on using the Dolby and DTS features on the PDE 850. Okay, so he isn't going to know that, but when it comes to Alpine, all I can say is stay tuned. Okay, stay tuned, because there's some stuff like over out of frame that we can't talk about because we know this much of. But if this much of it becomes anything cool, which it should,
what's up, Johnny?
you guys are gonna be like, so. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny. By the way, did you see? Hang on. Right here. Did you see that, Johnny? Right there.
Thanks, bro.
There you go.
It's a D, man. It's a D. It's a D. Yeah. DF told her. Anyway, good call, though.
We're backwards.
Trust me. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Fire department. And we're not changing because you should have worn my shirt and I should have worn. Yeah, bro, they sold out 2 hours on my region. There again, I don't need to see Avengers like the day it comes out. I'll go during the week because Haley's gonna be out of school. This is the last. So this weekend is study for exams, and then exams, and then she's out. So and her and I are gonna go see it, review it, and so that's what I'm thinking. If you hear any gagging coming from up front, okay. If you hear any coughing coming from up front, Sue's up front. I actually forgot my shirt. You remembered hers, but she caught whatever made me lose my voice. She's got it now, so she's up front gagging.
Poor Sue, man.
It just made me think of that when he says you have a big D. And anyways, Pepper Potts suit for. Oh, is she gonna be in this? Saves Tony Stark. Pepper Potts.
Oh.
Yeah, the only reason why I watch Iron Man, because she's in it. And she's so hot. Anyways, sorry. No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's okay, man. It's my fault.
What's up from all over the country? What's going on?
Order Prima Forza for a customer today. Super excited. Grab it.
Hang on.
Grab it.
Ow, that was my eye.
Grab it. And which brings us to so this is a Forza for those of you who aren't familiar with it or haven't caught us talking about it a lot lately. It's an 8-channel amplifier.
Correct.
It's DSP. It's 1 channel of output, so that's why they call it 8.9 because the 9th channel is for the subwoofer. It's totally awesome if you want to play with the software that it has as a 9-band parametric EQ with it, something like that. But we'll find out soon enough. Now, since we brought up the Forza, a little bit of information, a little bit of calendar talk real quick as far as what's going on. Hoppa crazy. That could go many ways.
Crazy.
So this Saturday, you're gone. You're gone.
Yes.
So I'm trying to find someone to fill the void, and I have someone right now that's on the hook. I'm trying to reel them in, and if I do, that's going to be cool. But I'm going to... basically what that means is even though we just started DSP talk, we're not going to have DSP talk this Saturday. But if I can get this guest to come on, it will be equally exciting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Because we're going to be talking about other cool stuff that he's going to bring with him. So that'll be cool. And then speaking of somebody bringing stuff with them, on next month, which is May, which is right around the corner, on May 2nd, Thursday, we're going to be doing another show like this. We're going to have an interview with Justin from Direct Electronics, which is Viper. So we're actually going to have, I know, alarms, we're going to have Justin from Viper on, and we're going to do a t-shirt giveaway.
This is going to be
crazy. Every time we wear directed t-shirts, there's always someone that goes, dude, where'd you get the shirt? So I asked him, I said, hey, listen, can you bring a couple extra shirts that we can give away on the show? So if you're there and you're live and you're quiet and you're listening and you're being good, you can still say hi, because naturally you got to say hi so we know you're watching the show. But, you know, don't ask, like, you know, hey man, I got, you know, because we're not going to be answering questions that night, because we're going to be interviewing Justin, talking about all kinds of Viper tech. Now, if you have a Viper question, that's cool.
Exactly.
We'll deal with that, but not
now
all
the
the
questions,
other questions.
You know, my radio doesn't work.
That'll be Monday, and that'll be Saturday,
Correct.
so that's cool. We'll still answer all those questions. But so that's going to be Thursday the 2nd. We're going to have Justin on, and then, I know, because it's been like it's been a while since we've had a guest on, and that's just because of the way the first of the year works.
Correct.
But then on the 20th,
yes,
we're going to have Chris Bennett from Audio Control back on the show to talk about what's developing for the end of this year, so the products that they have coming on. So that'll be fun.
And it's going to be exciting because a lot of people, they're going to like this, definitely.
And you're off on the 8th too. Man, you got a lot of time off coming. What the heck? So we got 2 guests coming up in the month of May. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, a surprise guest between now and then. Yeah. What's the difference between the D and the LC 4.800? That's a wonderful question. So, a lot of things are similar in them in that they both have the same amount of power. They both have the same amount of power. They both have the same capability as far as integration into high level goes. I'll take the t-shirt. Anyways, where's the big difference between a D and an LC? Yeah. And they also have the same output. So they have basically 6 channels of input, and that channels 1 has 4 channels of input. So you can run in, let's say, a tweeter in a mid-range or something that makes noise in a mid-range. And then you have channel 2 input, and then you also have channel sub output. So they all have the crossovers, the gain controls, and they have the AccuBase built into them. What makes the D is the D has the DSP built into it. So with the D, all that is done through the DM software. So it has a 31 band 6-channel DSP built into it, or EQ, DSP, time alignment, crossover, variable, and also that 5 and 6 channel output are to go off to the sub amp, just like they are on the LC, but they're also DSP controlled as well. So you get an EQ for your subwoofer along with AccuBase and all that. So that's the difference. That's also, anytime you see a D, that means it has DSP, and if you see something that has LC, that just means line level input.
All right, it's possible to add a subwoofer to my Mini Cooper with no screen bass radio.
Yeah.
I believe has the Harman Kardon.
So if it has the Harman Kardon system in it and it's a Mini Cooper, you're probably going to have the fake engine noise in it, which you can bypass. It's not impossible to do. It's located behind the driver's rear seat panel. So if you're sitting in the back seat, there's a module right here that you have to bypass in order for your subwoofer not to have fake noise. You can grab the signal before the module and take that off and amplify it, and you're good to go. Which would you go for, Pioneer Z or Rockford Power, 100 watts RMS?
Okay, what will you go?
So we're talking P1s, because so that'd be T1s. I'm thinking T1s.
T1s or what?
T1s or Zs.
Well, actually, it's 2 different Zs.
Well, I'm thinking it's got to be the first step of Z, because then then we'd be comparing
T1,
the high-end Zs and the T2s.
Okay.
Either way, I think if it scales accordingly. Yeah. So
well,
is there such a thing as 3
the Forza will work with the Mini Cooper. Yes, no problem. I'm gonna go with the T1s.
Well, that's Bill telling you the Forza will work with the Mini Cooper.
Like Johnny. I'm
gonna go with T1s.
Yeah, because if you go with the Z second, the step up, I would take the Pioneer Z
over the T1s.
Over the T1s.
But you still take a T2.
Ones. Yeah, but of course.
Okay, so if you're going top of the line Z, you're gonna go top of the line Z over T1, but you're gonna go T2 over top of the line Z.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I like T2s.
The bait. There you go.
Yeah.
3/8" spacer for a 6x9. No, those we'd custom make and we'd stack. We'd take a 1/2 inch and a 3/8. Yeah, 6x9 spacers are a pain because there are like a couple wood versions of it that you can get. Not a 1/2 inches.
Okay.
3/8. So we'd stack to make that.
Chris actually say, what's the deal with the double DIN screens being a little bit smaller this year compared to the 7-inch from last year models? Price of the unit?
Nope. Has nothing to do with the price of the unit. Has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that the manufacturer of the 7-inch screens went out of business. So in order to compensate for that, they had to switch manufacturers, which means they had to get their hands on screens. So it wasn't a matter of, oh crap, we're trying to save you, we're trying to, no, it was, we need screens. So those were the only screens they could get, so they actually redesigned a lot of the radios to fit those smaller size screens. That was all it had to do with it. It had nothing to do with anything.
Okay, I got this one.
Some secret stuff, huh? Yeah.
What's going on, Ada?
Yeah,
all right. In reference, in reference to going active.
Yes, you're better off with the D. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's fine. In reference to going active crossover, I'm using a 3-way full cal in my Z5
Okay.
In general, how do you determine
the crossover point?
Crossover point between the speakers from the manufactured passive unit.
So what you need is you need to figure out what the FS is of the speaker, and then you're going to multiply that by a set number. Usually it's 1.5 to 2 of that number, and that's going to give you the crossover point. That's a recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that in mind, you can also, I would strongly recommend calling the manufacturer and asking them what they would recommend their speakers be crossed over at. If you're fortunate enough to have the this product, which I know you're not going to, but
okay.
If you have the IMSG from SMD, so what you're looking for is where the ohm load changes per frequency, and that's going to give you your FS of the speaker, and then you can multiply that, like I said, by 1.5 or 2.
Hi, Mom.
I will tell you this, if you are going to go active, you're going to want to use a Linkwitz-Riley crossover at 24 dB. Anything other than that, you're going to have phasing problems, and you're going to get cancellation. And you're going to, well, not cancellation, you're going to get a rise or a dip in those crossover points, and it's going to suck.
All right. Corey said, I just saw that you just did Morel Hybrid in the RX-7. Well, that was like...
Yeah, it was a while ago.
That was a while ago, but okay.
We just put up a picture.
Exactly. What is your opinion on the Morel Virtus 603?
Oh, very nice.
The 3-way.
Like them. Very.
Versus the Morel Hybrid 602, 2-ways. Which one you going with?
So are we talking component over coaxial? Because those were coaxials.
The 2-way of the 3-way.
Well, the hybrid is a much... It's like 2 levels up from the Virtus. The Virtus is an awesome speaker. There's no question about it. I really like those hybrids, though. Those sounded really nice. I mean, for a set of coaxials and the doors and where they were located.
And believe me, like in that car, that was impressed.
We got
how we get.
Because it's like the crappiest location ever, and with that Kenwood radio, we got some really nice images.
I was not like, oh my god,
super installer guy. Holy crap! Have you been seeing what Dave's been putting out lately?
Dave?
Yeah, Dave Koz. Have you seen what you follow him on Instagram?
Dave Koz.
Yeah, Dave Koz, the guy that your friend. Yeah. Did you follow him on Instagram?
I don't.
He's the one that moved to Arizona from Ohio.
Yes.
Oh, dude, he's been making some insane stuff. Yeah, he just finished his van that was just like, dude, it's nuts, man.
What's up, Minnesota?
You're a phasing problem. I know that. It's okay. What's up from Minnesota? I'm late, but never fear, I'm here. Thanks, Robert. Evening Dynamic Duo. Okay, it's up. Yeah, okay. Pioneer 550 versus the 9601. I've owned both, like both, but having a hard time deciding.
I'm going to go with the 9906.
Okay, so really it comes down to a couple things.
Okay.
If you need an HDMI input for any reason, the Pioneer is going to be your way to go. So if you want that HDMI input, I'm going Pioneer. If I want a detachable face because I live in an area where I'm worried about my radio getting stolen, I'm going Pioneer. If those two things mean absolutely nothing to me, I'm going with the Kenwood. Because I want the better screen, I want the better off-axis viewing, and That's it.
That's what I
the
say.
screen
I
is
would go
phenomenal.
with the camera.
Yeah, he is a beast. That is for sure. He's a breast or a beast. Either one. He's good. So yeah, I'm definitely going that way on that.
Yep.
So.
All right. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
I know, right?
All right. Let's see.
Fun and exciting.
Ada is a beast.
No, Dave. No.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. I mean, yeah, he can fab, but I mean, come on. No.
Okay, Raphael say, hey guys, what is a subsonic filter? And how do you use it?
So subsonic filter, good question. Sexy Forza, it is sexy. Dude, download the software. The software is fun to play with. I was really bummed because I wanted to play with that software this week on the show, but we're not going to because the special guest is going to screw that up.
I just learned how to fab.
Exactly, right? He did. Brian came over, patted him on the back.
Good job, buddy. That's awesome.
So, a subsonic filter is a high-pass crossover for your subwoofers. The reason why this is a thing is so most amplifiers are going to try their hardest no matter what you're asking them to do. And there's certain frequencies that you just aren't going to hear via the box, via how your hearing works, or the subwoofer itself. So for example, let's say 20 hertz, 25 hertz. You're not going to hear that even though you want to. It just might not even be happening.
Yeah.
So, I told you at Knowledge Fest. Yes, you did. So what you're doing is you're going in and saying to the amplifier, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. You don't have to make these signals. Just slow it down. So you set your subsonic to 25 hertz. And the amplifier has a 12 dB down at that point, which means it's just 12 dB down. It's not like it's shutting it off. It's still there. It's just saying you don't have to work as hard producing a sound that you can't possibly do or I can't possibly hear. Now, what that means is that that's going to increase the efficiency of the amplifier. It's not going to have to work as hard now, and you're going to get a better result from that amplifier. Some people say 32 hertz, 35 hertz, 25 hertz. Really what it comes down to is just like anytime you're setting a crossover, when you're adjusting that crossover, like if you can't hear a difference, then keep going. So I typically like to stay around 25 hertz is kind of where I like to be. That's my preferred thing, but there again, it depends. Now, when you're doing a sealed box, it's not as important as when you're doing a ported box. Ported box, you really should have your subsonic filter turned on. Well, you just should have your there's no really should. You need to have a subsonic filter and have it turned on.
All right.
And then it's good to go. Okay.
So what leads from a 4 Sony amp do you use to get a full signal to the LC7i?
I don't use an LC7i in a Sony system.
No?
I use either
an
Amp Pro or I connect an AR to those corresponding things. But if you have to, because you don't want good sound, and that's the God's honest truth. I mean, don't get me wrong. Before an Amp Pro, that's what we do. Now that there is an Amp Pro, we would never connect an LC7i to that. It's the wrong way to do it. If that's the way you're going to do it, though, you're going to need to get the tweeter, and you're going to need to get the mid-range, and you're going to need to get the subwoofer. So you're going to need all three of those. The rear is okay. It's a actively crossed over output, but you need the tweeter because the front door is actively crossed over and doesn't have the high frequency. The rear door doesn't have the sub bass. The front door is also actively crossed over. So yeah, you need basically to get an okay signal, you need tweeter, mid, sub. That's that. But, if you want it to sound good, and also get yourself some LGDs from Audio Control. Pick up the LGDs. Now, if you're going, what's an LGD? We've talked about.
Where is an LGD?
Where did I go?
In the top?
Yep.
Right there.
So the LGD is this guy right here. It looks, you've seen him in pictures before. This kind of looks like, everyone goes, why'd you use a high-level, low-level adapter before? Because it's not. It's a line conditioner. It's a Zobel network that's a line conditioner. This is specifically designed for the Fords because the Class D amplifier in the Fords doesn't like not having a load on it. So this is a small load that conditions the line so that your tweeters don't go, or the high-frequency output that you're going to be tagging off of for the tweeters don't go crazy. A lot of the times without doing these, you're going to get a lot of gain hiss, a lot of floor noise, and just an accentuated tweeter that's bad because the Class D amplifier just doesn't like it. Now, if it's an older Ford where the amplifier is mounted in the center console, I would definitely buy an Amp Pro, and I understand they're not cheap. It's okay, but there again, my guess is it's your baby, and you're going to keep it for a while, so it's worth doing it right. Those amplifiers don't like not having a load on them, okay? And we've actually, back in the day when we used to do those, we've had those amplifiers go, bye.
I know.
So,
yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, thanks. We're going to throw the LC7 out and go with the DSR1. If you're going to do DSR1, perfect. That's an AR option.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go.
Yeah, that's it.
So do that, and you'll be way happy. Way happy. Make sure you get all the harnesses. You can bypass the amplifier, get that little thingy out of there, and life will be great.
Fernando, hurry, move the camera and give us a sneak peek.
What does it say?
Say, Fernando, move the camera and give us a sneak peek.
Oh, load simulator. What's up, Ethan?
Hey, what's going on,
Yeah, I'm
man?
going to go with the DSR1. Definitely get. Okay, so for those of you guys who want to get DSR1s, I will tell you, there are software updates. There are constantly software updates. So take your cool Windows computer, do your software updates. Right now, there's 3 software updates you have to do. So basically what you do is you go out to audio control. You do the, I'm sorry, why did I say audio control? You go out to iData, and you flash the latest Bluetooth firmware on it. When there's going to be 2 options. You're going to pick the bottom one. You're going to do that. And then you're going to download the DSR software. Unplug the whole unit, download the DSR software, plug it back in. You might have to do it a couple times. And download the most recent firmware for the DSR1 that way into the unit itself. Then go back to unplug it again, and make sure you turn off the internet and then turn back on the internet when you're flashing it.
Yeah. Go
back to iData's website and flash it for the application you're going to use it for. So if you're going into Ford, flash it Ford. If you're going to use it as a standalone, flash it as a standalone. So those are 3 updates you have to do for DSR1. Now if you buy it from us, we'll do those for you.
Yep.
If you want us to ship it to you, we'll do that too, as long as you're in the continental United States. That's Paul's gimmick, that's not us. He just asked us.
Hey,
JC,
great to see you
so that it's
too.
up to date when you get it. Never late to the party, Ethan.
All right, so Chris said, looking to replace my Pioneer NEX 8400, looking for the 8500.
Okay.
The new NEX or the Kenwood DNX 996 XR.
Ooh, 996 XR is phenomenal.
Yes. Question is, other than the pretty screen on the Kenwood, what does the Kenwood have to offer over the NEX?
Garmin.
And exactly.
Garmin navigation.
Yeah.
Really, that's it. It offers Garmin navigation.
And the nice screen.
And the nice screen.
Yeah.
Which the 8 series has a really nice screen. It's super shiny, so you do get glare, which the Kenwood you don't. No, I mean those 2 are very similar. Really, in that one, how we approach those is what type of navigation are you familiar with. If someone walks in and says, "Hey, I use Garmin navigation," I walk them over and I show them the Kenwood and I say, "Here's what you know," and that's that. Now, so there's no really. If you need HDMI input for whatever reason, obviously the Pioneer.
Yeah.
If not, I would probably go towards the Kenwood. I think they're real close in price. I will tell you this: more than likely, if you're not in a hurry to buy any of them, summer's coming. They're gonna have rebates.
Yeah.
They always do. But no one ever mails them in. So someone asked which microphone are we using for the DMRTA. We actually have both. This is the more expensive one, and this is the cheaper one. They work the same.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to tell the difference between them, so go ahead and get yourself the cheaper one, unless you're silly like us and
just buy it.
Just buy it to buy it, I guess. But we knew that question would come up, so we went ahead and had both.
All right, so Donald say, "Hey guys, can you do a video step by step how to update the DSR1 firmware update?"
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see what I can do. Yeah. Maybe we'll get that one out this week. I've just been really, because my voice is just finally starting to come back, so
yeah, you
we're
put
working.
To Sue, no?
Yeah, I gave it all to Sue. So
all right.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad idea, because when I was explaining it, I was just going, why? Everyone's sitting there going, oh my god, I gotta do what? Because that's how I feel when I do it.
All right. Will the crossover on the Kenwood Excellent head unit will be okay, or do I need a separate crossover?
No, it's fine.
or a DSP running network mode?
No, it's fine. I mean, if you're just doing fronts and sub, network mode, both in Pioneer and in Kenwood, is perfectly fine. Fronts and sub, it's 6 channels. That's it. So as long as you only have 6 channels that you want to do, go. You're good. It's a great crossover. It's fully adjustable.
All right. So Jason said hang on.
What's up from Australia?
Have you used the audio control? Have you used the Audio Frog kit? And what is your opinion?
What on what now? No, I'm sorry. I read Phillips. Philip was asking a question. How much longer do you plan on installing?
Ooh, that's gonna be a good question.
I mean, there's no end in sight at the moment. Ada says it best. Everyone needs a DSP. I mean, the radio has a DSP.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah.
Sue.
What does Sue say?
Sue's probably until he dead.
Yeah, I'll probably die in the install bay at this
He's
point.
gonna be like,
The
I told you now I
awesome. I think it is a clock. Yes, that is a clock in the background.
Yeah.
Don't buy white. I can tell you right now, it was stupid expensive. Don't buy white because and it came maxed out brightness, and it was literally we couldn't even see what time it was because that's at half brightness, and even still, if you look at it, you have to be about 10 feet away from it to see what the time is. If you get too close, it just turns to this white light of death, and you're like, ugh. Audio Frog kit is good.
Yeah.
So the Audio Frog kit for everyone else that he's talking about is Andy at Audio Frog, because RTAs are expensive. They're very expensive. He makes this guy here for a reasonable price. It's $200. And what it comes with, and honestly, for the CD that comes with it, the CD that's in this is worth the $200 because it sounds amazing. And that's what I actually say most of the times. We bought it for a $200 CD. But it comes with all the stuff, and then he recommends a specific DSP software. Now, if you want to know more about this, you can go to Audio Frog on the resource page. They do have all the cool explanations of how to use it, the software, and everything like that. But this is the microphone. I'm sorry. This is not the microphone. This is the microphone here.
Yeah.
It comes with this cool 3D printed mount that you can adjust to get it whatever way you want. It comes with the Velcro strap, so you wrap this around your headrest or you mount it to wherever you want. And then you run his software. The CD has all the test tracks on it, along with some nice audio test tracks. It comes with the USB adapter so that you can plug it in and use your computer's sound card. It comes with an 1/8" jack to RCAs. It comes with a male-to-male headphone jack. It comes with a aux cable as well so that you can lengthen the aux cable. If it's not, it's a female-to-male aux jack so that you can work on it outside the car if you want to. But for the amount of money this thing costs, it gets you into a fully functional audio measuring RTA. Now, what I say when I say audio measuring RTAs, this will only do audio, okay? So it won't do, like you can't hook it up to the output of an amplified signal and see what that signal looks like. This is just for tuning, not for testing systems for like what you should sum, like they asked earlier about what channels do I need to use on my LC7i.
No.
This won't do that. For that, what?
No, it's Bernard say mobile electronics keep you young.
Oh yeah, and customer support is awesome. Very true, Darren. Andy Andy is an amazing resource for the 12-volt community.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we do what we can, but you know, he's on top of it. We've sat through. I've sat through 2 of the classes on that at Knowledge Fest, and the reason why we sat through them twice is because you glean more information each time you're there, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Johnny wanna know when is the part 2 of the Toyota Sequoias coming out?
This week. It'll be this week.
Go.
We just, it was Easter, so it would have been yesterday or today. But question, fellas, my system was set up and tuned with the and the CC1, but I play it loud. My subs start to smell, even with clean music. Grounds are good. Have plenty of electric. Okay. Subs breaking in. So, a wonderful question. That has to do with a feature called gain overlap. So, when this is a topic that will never get old and never make sense to anyone. So, when you set up your system using a DD1, and what you do first is use the 0 dB track. The 0 dB track is there's no clipping, there's no distortion, I should say, coming out of the head unit. So you put the CD into the head unit, you run it into the amplifier, you hook up your DD1 to the amplifier, and you have the gain down, you have your EQ set flat, you have your bass boost kind of where you're going to put it, because if not, you're silly. And then you start turning up your volume. If your volume goes all the way up and you have no red light, awesome. If your volume goes, let's say, to 38, well, now you know where your 0 dB track, where the amount of distortion coming out of your head unit maxes out. Okay, now, at that point, you're at 100% 0 dB distortion at your amplifier, meaning if you don't want any clipping, any distortion, there it is. That's it. That's as loud as that stereo is going to play. Okay? If you're playing a soundtrack that has a perfect recording, that's it. You're done. Okay?
Clipping is bad.
At 38, clipping is bad, Marty, as you well know too. Aussie Irons. So that's it. You're done. But what you run into is that obviously not all recordings are the same. So if you're listening to some new cool hip hop and then you want to go back and do some Jeff Smith throwback Run DMC, well, obviously they're not going to be recorded the same. So that's where gain overlap kind of comes into play. You set it to, let's say, -5 or -10. Now what that's doing is that's taking in consideration that you have an idea of the amount of power that you're going to be listening to, but you want to go above that for when you're listening to tracks that aren't recorded real well, and you want to go below that we're listening to tracks that are recorded extremely well. Okay? That's what gain overlap. That is one of the functionalities of gain overlap. It's not it. There's more to it than that, but that is one of the functionalities. So what you could conceivably be doing, along with breaking in your woofer, because your woofer is going to smell a little bit when you're breaking it in. Just like Jeff was talking about there, is that you're going to, it doesn't always indicate a problem. It's breaking in, those products are starting to loosen up, the coils are starting to go away, the insecticide that they put on it so that the cockroaches and the bugs don't eat it when it's coming from overseas are starting to, and the glues are heating up and it's moving for the first time. Thank God, Bobby, we missed you. So yeah, that's okay. But if you're smelling it every day after about a week or two of use, no, you're not doing it right. But what I was getting at is if you set it up for -10 dB, and you're playing it balls to wall all day long, and you're listening to the most cutting edge hop, ooh yeah, no, you're clipping your woofer.
What's up, John?
You may want to dial it back some. So, maybe turn it down 1 or 2 notches or 3 notches.
Maybe more.
Because the difference between clipping and not clipping is literally clip, not clip, clip, not clip, clip, and 1. This is it. This, the clip, not clip. That's it. That's all it is. It's freaking silly. So, like, when you're watching the video and we're showing you the light come on and off because, you like to see that, it's literally him going 39, 38, 39, 38, 39, 38, and that's it. So that's all it is. But there you go. So using the DD1 is wonderful.
Yep.
But the other thing too you have to consider is the other aspect of gain overlap is when you're setting your EQ. Okay, so gain up or gain down. If you're gaining up on your EQ, well, then you need to gain down on your amplifier. So keep that in mind.
Have you ever installed a Hertz Millie Legend component system? Opinions?
Have we done the Legends or have we done?
I think we did.
We did the Pros. We've just done the Pros, and Hertz is great stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
Hertz is amazing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have no problem there. What's up from Toledo?
All right, I can say if you splice into the front rear preamp with an RCA and connect to the JL Audio HD 900.5, would I get a full signal into my 2009 Accord with premium sound system?
So if the Acura has the factory amplifier,
as the Accord, it's the same thing,
like the Accord does, then it's a variable voltage, meaning you put your voltmeter on it, set it to AC, and you turn up, you turn down, and the signal goes up and down. That is a full range signal coming into that amplifier. So yes, if you get all your RCAs there, go into the amplifier. The nice thing about it is you don't even have to go and disconnect that ANC, the fake noise crap, because that is after the amplifier. So you don't even have to worry about it because it's not going to be functioning anymore. It's kind of cool. Makes life really sweet. So yeah, as long as you have variable voltage going in that factory amplifier, which you probably should, you'll be fine. What was I going to say? B2 audio.
B2 audio.
Johnny's apparently worked with some B2. I know Steve Mead is working with some B2.
Yeah.
I've not had the pleasure of working with the B2. It looks like really nice stuff.
Yep. Pretty cool.
What do you think about the Alpine PDX F6 or the JL? I'm going to go with... Okay. We're not a JL dealer, and I have no problems with JL audio. I know plenty of guys that sell JL audio. They love JL audio. All I can report on is what we've had here. We've had people come in with those HD amplifiers, which, believe it or not, are big secret. They're very similar to the Alpine. Really similar to the Alpine. Okay? I don't know what JL does to theirs that's different than what Alpine is doing to theirs. But the Alpine is a lot more reliable than that JL is. And that's all I can say. And the reason why I know that is because we've taken out the 5-channel JL HD, 905 is what it's called, I think, and put in plenty of PDX V9s because they're the same form factor. And the PDX V9 works great. The only thing I can tell you about PDX amplifiers is, like, we're talking about gain overlap and all that. You will not experience gain overlap in an Alpine amplifier. Alpine amplifier is done. This is as loud as it's going to play, and they will turn off if they're trying to go any louder. So I love JL audio. So there you go.
You love JL audio. All right. Set my Pioneer D 6.5 components to 80 Hertz, 12 dB. Should I stay 120?
That just comes down to the type of music you're listening to. Really, all that has to do with the type of music. You're at 12 dB. You might want to think about going up to 18 or 24. Make the stope a little steeper. That was a subliminal. It was telling me what I want to do is sleep. That'll make this slope a little steeper, which means that those frequencies below 80 hertz will roll off a lot quicker and get quieter a lot faster, which means your speaker won't be trying to put out that bass. 80 hertz is fine. I mean, we cross tons of speakers over 80 hertz. There again, it depends on what kind of music you're listening to. The nice thing about the head unit crossover is that when you're listening to non-crazy bass music, 80 hertz is cool. It makes it very musical, very nice, deep sounding. Then when you go to play crazy bass music, go ahead and bump that back up to 120 hertz so you don't blow your speakers. The other thing I could say too is that getting that strong mid bass out of there is really helpful when you do sound treatment on the door. And you know, those fast rings or any type of acoustical foam that will push that sound into the door panel to get that strong mid bass out of there.
Yep.
It works, trust me. McNulty's in the house. What's up?
What's up, man? All right. Yeah, it's right there.
Hey, it's Mr. Forza himself, Christopher McNulty. See, I have mine. That's so cute. Okay. Anyway.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
All right. So Marcus say if I use an LC7i and disconnect from my factory amp and use the wire harness like the car AV, will this work?
Yeah.
In my Chevy Cruze, LTZ RS Pioneer.
Ooh, the Pioneer system.
That's the Pioneer system.
I thought that was variable voltage. I didn't even think we needed an LC in that. Check to see if that's variable voltage.
Yeah.
We have a couple videos, just type in like variable voltage. But I'm pretty sure the Pioneer system is, I'm pretty sure the amp, not you, I know what you meant. I'm pretty sure that Pioneer system was variable voltage in that. And if it is, yeah, you can use the APH GM02 harness from PAC. It's not going to be pinned properly, but that should also work too. But yeah, Aussie chargers are fixed. Oh, hot damn! Oh. Mine died Saturday. I was
mine died
yours died. You used yours way more than mine.
Yeah,
and I was like, haha, and then I'm doing that one last solder, and the light goes off, and I was like, no. Yeah, I did. I go, no.
Exactly.
Marty.
I was like that, yeah.
The McFly came in my mind. But you got a much cooler last name, Dean. Anyways, always spells it with the extra E. Because he's better than me.
That's awesome.
I have a Kicker 1001.
Nice.
That's a great amplifier.
That's a nice one.
Have you played with the Zen 9 yet, Dean? By playing with it, you mean did I
Open it.
Put it in the box that they finally sent me for it.
Yeah.
Rub it with a diaper, take a picture of it, and then close it back up like it's a coffin.
Yes.
Then yes, I've played with it, and that's probably as exciting as we're gonna get with that.
Yeah.
I bought that not to actually use, and I know what. I wanted a piece of history, a car audio history. I missed out on most of the really cool amplifiers from my youth that I got to play with, and there's a ton of them that I've had. Like I was talking with Justin the other day, and I was no, not that. I know, right?
Okay. It's like a lot of people. Okay.
Murphy, and we were talking, and I was like, I had a full Macintosh system. I had the radio, I had the 6-channel amp, I had all Macintosh speakers, I even had 2 Macintosh 10-inch subwoofers, and I had to sell all that stuff, and it really sucked. And of course I've had all the Orion stuff, and all that stuff is gone. So buying the Zen was more or less being able to keep a piece of car audio history. That was it. And now I have it, and it's probably where it's going to sit. Yeah. Dean, you sound much better than you did Saturday. Yeah, a little bit. Yep. I'm getting better. So.
All right, full pedal performance 10-inch or Alpine Type R10.
So that's a Flax versus I'm gonna go Flax. The Alpine is an awesome sub. Don't get me wrong. Phenomenal subwoofer. We use a
What's
ton
up,
of them.
Kyle?
The Flax is a little better.
Yeah.
A lot better. Planning on building my own sub box. Looking for loudness. Do you guys recommend slot port, 4th order, bandpass, or 6th order, and why? So really when you're doing a bandpass of any kind, it really just comes down to the woofer and the power that you're going to put on it, and whether the woofer can handle it. I find over the years that the woofers with the smaller surrounds, not the big gigantuan like bike tire ones, those do really well in a bandpass. But the bigger, like we'll use Scar as a reference there because most of you guys know what those look like. Like that woofer right there behind Fernando's head, that big surround that it has. Those typically don't do as well in a bandpass box, or you need a huge bandpass box to do it. When you look at like Soundman has that L7, the bandpass box is ginormous. Sounds great, but it's ginormous. So you really your diminishing return goes up really high, because if you're just doing 212s in a ported box, my guess is you'd be much happier and take up a lot less space.
Bandpass with a free bacon.
All right. Oh, you're going back to Disney. Oh, God,
really?
Man, really? You suck. And I mean that with love. Because we're not going this weekend because of finals for Haley, and I really wanted to. So anyways, we hope that I built bandpass boxes for most of the first part of my career because Orion was a big advocate of bandpass boxes. We've had that argument before. For some reason, we called them 5th orders, which was a 4th order. Don't ask me. It's just what we call them. You had single reflex and dual reflex, and I got books on it. And that's cool. And I really liked what you could get out of a bandpass, but it was kind of like, why build a bandpass for 210s when I could just build a ported box for 212s and get the same output and a wider frequency response? Because the bandpass box has a ton of output, narrower frequency response. So I like a ported box because I like a little bigger width, and I'll sacrifice the height. I'll just get more power or a bigger woofer.
There you go.
Annual passes, I know it, dude. Hey, I'm a platinum pass holder for our Mickey Land, so that's what it's like, man. I know the deal. Trust me, if I lived there, I would probably have one too. Waiting for that Star Wars Land. I think we're gonna be there, not next year, but the year after. We're gonna go to Star Wars Land in Anaheim.
Nice.
Because they wanna make me wait. They suck. Isobaric push-pull boxes. Oh, dude, totally had one of those. Had 4 XTR10s, push-pull, isobaric bandpass, all day, 7th order, yep, or whatever, 6th order, I don't know, call it what you want. Ported, yeah, had that.
Yeah, somebody say, what is the best way to put the subwoofers in a Tahoe? Towards back or facing forward?
Definitely not face it forward. I would either go up or back. I would definitely not go forward. Forward is going to fire into the seat. What's the point? Get some grills, fire them back, fire them up, do whatever. I mean, if you got the room, so there again, it also comes down to how much bass we're talking about. If we're doing a big SPL build, Steve Mead's Tahoe, he's got those, 415s or whatever they are, or 12s, or some gigantic bass cannons just like ripping the earth's crust, and the port facing back.
Yeah.
And that's impressive. I've always built them firing back. Like when I do 215s, I'd fire them back. Even now, if I, 212s, firing them back. Always going back. But I've built like 410s firing up, 412s firing up, because you need the room that way. But I'm going to go back.
Is the 2019 Ram a taboo?
What?
The 2019 Ram.
Oh, is it taboo?
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, a little bit of taboo on the 2019 Ram because of whether or not it has the noise, fake engine noise in them is being kind of like... there is a module underneath the driver's seat. Yes, it is a road ID. So when I'm found on the side of the road doing this, someone can go, all right, well, just don't give him any ibuprofen.
Well, now
other than that,
knows,
save my ass. And they match, by the way. So here's my Apple Watch, red and gray, and this is red and gray. Anyways, and I have red and gray shoes too, because I'm that guy. Anyways, so there is a module up underneath the driver's seat that is a fake engine noise generator that is causing some commotion right now as far as what to do with it, and whether the signal coming into it is fixed or variable. So that's really it. That's really where the is kind of coming from right now. And there again, not all units have that. Otherwise, if it doesn't have that, then you could just use an Amp Pro or an AR. If it has that, there's really no solution yet for that, other than just bypassing it. If you do bypass it, and those are on the radios, what I'm seeing is that they're on the radios that don't have the external amplifier. They're using that. You do have to use the load resistors to get that, and you put the load resistors on before it. And what you're doing, so what the secret is that we're going to use the word gleaming again because I really like using that tonight, is that what you're going to do is unplug it. You're going to harness into it. You're going to put the load resistors on it. To reset that car, just like when we do the BCI 41, you shut the doors, roll up the windows, shut the doors, arm the car, let it sit for 10 minutes. The car goes to sleep, you unlock it, it wakes it back up. You do that twice. And supposedly that kicks out that fake engine noise module, and because you've had the load resistors on there, the radio is cool and all set and ready to go. And from there you can add your high-level, low-level adapter.
Alright, so what did they say? The amplifier bass booster thing you guys always talk about that makes older music have bass, or if there is any bass.
I was reading Darren's comment. Most of that stuff's going over to the Big D Wiz. Yeah. What was the question here?
All right, so the amplifier bass booster thing you guys always talk about that makes older music have bass.
Yeah,
Epicenter. Is there any bass? Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the Epicenter.
Switch.
What is the question?
Is there an on and off switch if you install it?
Yes. So the Epicenter has it's a volume, it's an effect knob and an on and off. So you push the button, it shuts it off, and then you push the button, it turns on. You can adjust the effect. All right. No, it's just because I like gray and I like red. I gray car and I like red, so that's the only reason I do it. Epicenter and WaveTech has one. Yep. They both have one. Yep. The only difference between obviously the Epicenter is audio controls, and they're the, hey, we made this, we're magical, and then WaveTech takes that technology, borrows, does whatever, and they add a subwoofer level control.
Okay, mine does have it. Nobody wants to touch it. Oh well.
He's saying Epicenter. So then, so we turn it on and off.
I just want to add subs and make it louder. Oh man. Well, I wish you can be here.
Nobody here wants to touch my RAM. I want to add some subs or make it louder.
That's it. That's crazy.
Really?
I don't know where you are.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Maybe we can find a dealer for him.
Yeah, where you at, man?
Yeah.
Where you at? Yeah, where you located? New shirt stores. No, actually, these were given to us. They're for D&F Tool Drawer, the place where you can find all the cool tools that we use.
That's Mike.
Mike gave them to us. Mike stopped in from PA this week, and he dropped us off some cool new shirts. If you'd like to donate shirts so that we can wear them and tell everyone where you're from, I'm a large and he's a medium.
I'm a medium.
Sony cassette deck with D-Bass is the same thing. Oh,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Well, if we want to play that, you know, like Pioneer has bass boost in it that is kind of like, yeah, but not. Thoughts on running passive crossovers before the amplifier? Thanks. Ooh. So there was a company that was called F-Mod back in the day that was an inline RCA passive cross, or it was a electronic. It would use the DC offset from the radio, and it would be an inline crossover. As far as passive before the amplifier, no. I guess, your radio technically is a crossover before the amplifier, so yeah. But if you're talking like a box, someone asked, should I put the crossover in the door or put the crossover in the trunk? The answer to that question is simple. If you have to, there's no other, like I have to put my passive crossover in the door, put it as close to the hinge as possible. Make sure that it is between the plastic door panel and the vapor barrier, meaning in the same area where the speaker is. Not behind the metal panel, not where the rain is going to get to it. Put it inside there. If you can affix it so that it doesn't have to come off, great. If not, do like we did in your car where we mounted, what video, we did one of those recently, where we mounted the crossover to the physical door panel and put a 6-channel or 6-pin plug on it so that the door panel does have to come off. It unplugs just like the factory would. But if you can mount the crossover anywhere else, do it. Do it for sure.
All right, so he's close to
low level or a crossover to amp.
Okay, where is Danville, Virginia? Is Virginia?
Is it Danville, Virginia?
Oh,
Broken Oak, VA, North Carolina, not far.
Is Virginia?
Ethan.
Yeah.
Hey, Ethan. F-Mod was made by Harrison Labs. Yes, it was.
Okay,
Labs,
so
F-Mod.
maybe you can type Soundwave Customs.
Soundwave Customs,
Virginia Beach, and just give him a call. Maybe you're close to him. He will help you.
Yeah, he'll do it. He'll tackle anything. How does the new Alpine X Series amps compare to the PDX V9? Okay, so I'll answer that with the PDX V9 is still being made and still available.
Hey, I have one.
So that's how that's comparing to that.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is they're actually still making the amplifier, even though it's not like in the brochure or anything like that. But they know that we love that amplifier, and they don't have anything like that amplifier. That's not to say that new amplifiers aren't good amplifiers. They're very good amplifiers, but they're not 110 watts a channel. They're not DC. They're not constant power amplifiers, and it's not 500 watts for the subwoofer. And it's got more little plastic parts for it than really. So, yeah.
There you go. Somebody you just type call Brian from Extreme Audio. They are outside of Richmond, Virginia. So yeah, you can call those guys too, man.
Have a super wonderful, amazing, fantastic evening. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
You too as well. Jason, keeper of the time. Thank you so much as always. D&F Tool Drawer is a place you can go. D.
F.
D.
And F.
D.
D and F.
Dude, man, you suck. You're not a cheerleader.
D&F Tool Drawer.
It's a place you can find all the cool tools that we use, such as the Monster. This never gets old, by the way. I'm so happy that we got these. These are phenomenal. Anyways, Patreon is a place you can go to support the show. Teespring/store/5 stars, place where you can go to get cool 5-star t-shirts. If you're a Patreon member, be looking for a video. I'm putting it up tonight. So it takes a while for their stuff to upload because it's got to go to Vimeo. So Vimeo takes forever. But it'll go up tonight, so you'll have a podcast video, and the rest of you guys will have an audio podcast tomorrow as well. So get excited about that. Hey, Sue, feel better. All right.
Hey, thank you, Mike. Thank you for the shirts.
Thank you again, man. You guys have a wonderful week. I will have somebody here in this hot seat standing next to me on Saturday. Hopefully he doesn't punk out.
Nah, that never happens.
Yeah, not at all. Just answer the phone every now and then. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. You guys also be safe. Whatever. You guys know what to do. We'll see you again Saturday. Bye.